Now, onto a look back at the incredible career of singing legend Tony Bennett. Despite word that he was dealing with Alzheimer's since 2015, Bennett was famous for the show must go on mentality as he appeared at Ravinia in Chicago area for years and made a final appearance with Lady Gaga at the age of 95 in 2021. For more on careers that last a lifetime, we are turning to Andy Challenger, Challenger Grand Christmas. What are your thoughts on Tony Bennett, and where does corporate America stand on older workers?
Yeah, what an incredible example of somebody working late into their life and finding deep meaning in it and bringing meaning to people all around the world that Tony Bennett was. I think this is a trend that we are seeing more. We're seeing people work later into their lives. Some of that is out of necessity, but also people are living longer today. And for lots of people, a meaningful life includes work that matters to them. And clearly, Tony Bennett was a great example of that.
I met Tony Bennett once and he was so kind. What's your advice to people who are over 70 and want to keep going?
Yeah, well, over the last few years, when companies were struggling with a major labor shortage, we saw them talking about and thinking about this demographic of employees specifically to create jobs that would allow them to find meaningful work, be able to access the deep experience that people in the later stages of their lives have and can bring to companies, but also being flexible enough for them to make it work. I'd say for people that are looking for work in their 70s, it's important to talk about not just your ability to understand the technology of it today, but illustrate examples throughout your life of times where new technologies have come into the workplace. You've seen them, adapted to them, used them in your lives, and been able to integrate those new technologies into the workplace. That type of experience is always valuable for companies.
Now, Andy, let's talk about people who are starting their careers. Bring us up to date on what's happening with teens on the job this summer.
Yeah, there were 762,000 teenagers that were added to the workforce in June. It's a lot of new workers. It is lower than what we're used to seeing during the month of June. But part of that is the fact that so many teenagers are actually already working. With the exception of this same point last year, this is the highest total number of teenagers we've seen in the workplace at any point in time since 2008. So while the big spike in summer hiring hasn't materialized quite as much as we might have anticipated or grown used to, there are lots of teenagers working in this environment, and the job prospects are still pretty good for teenagers that want to go out and find work.
Thank you very much, Andy.
Thanks for having me on, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.